What's up guys, GaoNan here, and today I'm going to be trying out the Trials game mode in Golem Gates. So it seems like the intent of it is to teach the players specific mechanics of the game. So this first mission, Mind the Gap, you're locked in a small arena, only a chasm separates the two harbingers. You have to cast across the chasm to launch your attack, and it says don't forget to leave some help on the defensive side because your units can't pass through this chasm, so once they're on one side they're only really going to be able to help on the one side. So interesting mechanic. The only thing that I think is might improve this game mode is if there were specific decks for you to use for each trial. That way players are getting the same experience, and you're ensuring that your players are learning the mechanics that you want them to. For Mind the Gap, it's not too big of a deal because you're just casting units and using the glyphs that you have, but I don't know, down the line some of these other trials might be a little more specialized and might require a certain set of cards. So it would be nice if that was already set up for the players so that they didn't have to figure that part out and they make sure they get out of it what they're supposed to. But regardless, I want to get into the game. I'm gonna replay Mind the Gap, and then I'll probably also play Pierce the Veil in this episode, and depending on time maybe we'll get to Discretion as well, but likely just do the first two trials. So let's get into it. Alright, so for this one I want to have a good mix of defensive and offensive cards. I'm looking for some more units and maybe some defensive buildings and turrets and stuff. So it's not a great starting hand, but it'll work. So I'm going to move my Harbinger up a little bit. You'll notice there's no energy capture points for us to find. It simply just has a flat rate that you're gaining at. And to start, I'm just going to throw down this flame turret. That way I have some defense set up already. Set up the mine. I'm gonna start creating a little army over the wall just so so we can start heading towards the enemy. We really have no idea what our opponent is doing yet, so gonna wait and cast these detonators. So this will be my squad. Alright, so let's move up just a little bit to see what's going on. We might even set up some offensive. Okay, so he's turtling pretty hard. Everybody lives, great. Alright, so we saw that our opponent is kind of turtling, so let's throw down some turrets and make it kind of awkward for him to do anything. Okay, fireball. That's one thing that I think I need to improve at, is not grouping up my units so much so that when those spells come out, it doesn't hit my whole army. But I don't know if that means like doing multiple groups or if I should be, I don't know. It's just hard to tell what the right move is. Alright, so I'm gonna put this down to figure out what does my opponent have. So yeah, he's just got a bunch of turrets. So I would love to get, oh, that's an artillery cannon. I need to probably get up there, otherwise it's just going to wipe my army out over and over again. Alright, let's get up here. Oh, great. Alright, we've got one down. Let's see what we do. We're okay back here. Let's free up the army. So I've kind of been forced into this, Alright, so let's... This is hard because he's just turtling and I can't do a whole lot about it at the moment. And I'm just not getting the cards that I need to really make this effective. Okay, this is kind of annoying. I didn't know you could. So that's kind of interesting. So the game actually just taught us another mechanic of this dominate to take a unit that's alone in its squad. So it seems like I could use dominate, take control of this cannon back here, and we'd be in a pretty good situation. And now we've also got now we've amassed a little bit of an army here. We're going to buff my heroes. My Harbinger is still fine. I'm gonna dominate. They're in the tech shield, so I can't get in there, but I can do this. Oh boy, so you can't do that. Let's step back. Let's get this, take that out, take one damage, and now we use the Harbinger. Healing online, and it looks like we're pretty much done with this. Victory. Alright. So, pretty straightforward, just need to be aware of setting up some defense while you're also going on offense. So, you know, a good lesson for any new player to understand in an RTS game, for sure. But let's go back to the menu. We'll look at what the next mission briefing is, and then we'll get right into it. So for Pierce the Veil, the enemy has barricaded itself with a nearly impenetrable array of defenses. Use the power of the all-seeing eye to attack from behind the line and win before time runs out. So this is interesting. It's a timed mission, and it's got some banned glyphs. So that's kind of interesting that it takes out these cards from your deck. Which I was hoping to kind of rely on the structural shock card, because that's the first thing I thought when I heard lots of defenses, but interesting. So the all-seeing eye allows us to see the whole battlefield, and then we are able to cast behind our enemy. So what it sounds like is they're going to have a large defense up front, and we need to be able to get behind it. So that's the cool thing about Golem Gates is that it has this warp mechanic where basically as long as you have vision, you can put something there. You can put in new units there and everything like that. So it gives a lot of interesting flanking options that aren't available in other games. So, alright, let's get into this Pierce the Veil mission and see how it goes. Alright, for a starting hand, not too excited about this. I think I am going to get rid of this and this. I'm curious to see how the Berserk will work as far as getting defenses. Okay, so this is all the defense they have set up. I've got all these points captured already. Interesting. So, is it essentially telling me, hey, use Pierce the Veil now to start setting up an army back here? I think it is. Oh, and I just always have it? That's pretty interesting. I don't think I really need to worry about this other stuff. And I only have 6 minutes. It looked probably like 6.5 or 7 minutes to complete the mission, so I can't mess around too much. Alright, so we've got the... What's hitting us? Our units are frozen. Well, that didn't work out too well. And our healer just said, I'm not gonna do anything. Yikes. Yeah, so this trial is not going well at all. I think I'm gonna restart it because I don't think there's a chance that I beat this in the next 3 minutes. So let's give it a go and retry it one more time. I think these are certainly some better cards for us to use in this mode here. So let's switch that, and now we've got a decent army to go in with right from the start. Okay, so 7 minutes to defeat the enemy. And it's showing me, I assume I just need to capture this point. one more time, and this time we're gonna try and amass a bigger army. We've got 2 siege units and a hero, which I think is good. So let's try that out. But yeah, I do think the biggest thing is probably building up a large enough army to basically be able to mow down all these defenses. But you do need to come from this backside, I think. So, you know, first just get some basic units out. We'll just hang out back here. Oh. I just need to get the Harbinger, and the Harbinger's all the way back here. What am I thinking? Is that all it is? I think that's all it is. Which now I feel really silly. Okay, let's save up for one of these heroes and then we'll probably go straight for the Harbinger. Because yeah, I don't need to... The way you win is killing the Harbinger, I assume. So let's actually try and kill the Harbinger this game. Wow, I kind of feel really silly. Alright, let's just go for it. Yeah, okay. I think, oh, wow. Okay, I feel really silly, but now it all makes a lot more sense. So, just needed to figure out that to win, you are just killing the Harbinger again. Alright, what were my rewards for this one? Scry, reveal, and some bits. Cool. Well, I think this will make for an interesting episode. I struggled through the second challenge. You know, you're not always going to get these trials on your first go around, so I think that'll make for some more interesting content, and you guys are probably going to be yelling at your computer during it, like, GaoNan, all you need to do is kill the enemy Harbinger, nothing else. So no wonder I was getting wrecked by that defense that the enemy had set up. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Everyone that watched the first video too, I really appreciate that. This time around, I would love it if you all liked the video so that I know that you're enjoying the content. And then I would also love it if you subscribed, just so when the next videos come out, you'll know that they're up and everything. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.